What's up guys, it's Patrick. My very first video, so don't be too harsh. I'm going to be teaching you guys today some of the basic things that you guys need to know before you start playing the guitar. Or if you're a beginner and you already started figuring out the ways, there's some things that you need to know before you can actually advance and learn more. One of these things is you need to know what the strings are. If you don't know what these are, you need to learn what they are. You guys are going to learn what this is, and your finger positioning, for chords. I'll make future videos, probably tomorrow, next week, whatever, on what chords you should learn, how to tune a guitar, eventually on how to change strings whenever I need to change these babies. I don't know, whatever you guys request, songs, I'll do scales, whatever, just let me know. But first things first, what you guys gotta know is the strings. From top to bottom, it's E, A, D, G, B, and little e. That's the easiest way to define it. It just doesn't get any simpler. You have to remember these if you are gonna play certain songs. When you look up tablatures online, when you look at tablature books, like if you buy them from Guitar Center or whatnot, you need to know what these are, or else you're going to be confused out of your mind. So remember, E, big E, A, D, G, B, and E. Memorize those, and you're good to go for the next video. Also, from bottom to top, string numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That you don't need to memorize them because it's common sense. Going from bottom to top, 1 through 6. You just need to know that. It'll help you. Just trust me. Another thing that you need to know is if you're playing the acoustic guitar or classical guitar, you need to have this. I don't know how many times I use a capo with a pencil and rubber bands. It worked, don't get me wrong, but this comes in handy so much because I don't have to screw around with putting the rubber bands over the pencils and whatnot. What this does is, say if you're playing certain songs and there's a female singer or a male singer and he happens to have a high tone voice, it actually matches the tone of your voice. So the higher up on the frets you go, the higher the sound is, and then you can play chords and so on and so forth. These, if you don't know what they are, they're frets. These are what they call frets. They have dots on the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 12th, 15th, and then the 17th. As an acoustic guitarist, I have no use for 12 and on, unless you're practicing soloing, or if you're doing your scales higher up. That's the only time I've ever used them, but I don't use them that often. Certain songs may require them, whatnot, but it's mostly for electric guitarists. Other than that, you're just going to be using anything from here to here, especially if you're rhythm guitarist. Another thing that you guys need to know is finger positioning. Your thumb has no number. When you're looking at a chord, when you're reading a chord online, your thumb has no number. That's because your thumb goes on the back of the neck for support, especially because you don't want to be playing with your thumb anywhere else, especially not like this, whatever. You're not going to have your thumb like this, you're going to have it on the back. It makes it more comfortable and a lot easier to play the guitar. 5 fingers minus the thumb for the back of the neck. You're going to have this is number 1. Your index finger is number 1. Remember that. 1. Middle finger is 2. 3. Your 3rd is going to be your ring finger, and then number 4 is going to be your pinky. It's very seldom do you see a chord where it has a 4th finger unless it's a bar chord, but there are certain exceptions. I think no, yeah, there's going to be certain exceptions for the 4th one. A chord like D has 1, 2, and 3. You're going to see this a lot when you're practicing your chords. or if you're learning a song and it has this is basic. Just remember 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like when you're counting when you're a kid, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same exact thing. Don't count the thumb. You're gonna see X's and O's. It doesn't stand for hugs and kisses. The X's stand for strings muted, and O's stand for open strings to be played. Now, when you look at chords like E, there's all open strings that are not being fretted. But right now we're going to practice the D chord. So remember, 1 goes on 2nd fret, 3rd string. This is from bottom to top. Your ring finger goes on the 2nd or 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then the first string, 2nd fret is going to be your middle finger. So let's try it out. Okay, 1st finger goes right here, 3rd string. Do that. 2nd finger goes down here. You're gonna skip a string. See how there's this string's not being touched yet. And then the 3rd finger, which is your ring finger, goes right there on the 3rd. So remember, since the top 2 are muted, if you feel comfortable putting your thumb over and muting the strings while you're strumming, go right ahead, be my guest. But if not, you strum the 4 strings right here. This right here is called the root note, since it's the top string, and since these are muted, this is going to be the root note, which is the 4th string. But I'll teach you guys about that later. And you have yourselves a D chord. Look up more chords that have numbering on them so you can practice them. So if you're doing like G, C, A, E, E minor, whatever, look them up, practice them. I'll do another video about that. Keep me posted on what you guys want. Email me, send me requests through YouTube, comment, whatever. Tell your friends about me. See what you gotta do, and I'll post up more videos. The more you guys like this, the more I'll post. So remember, requests, and I'll be posting up more videos soon. Alright? Peace.
The rhythm in my hand, still never understand why you hang around. I see what's going down. Cover up with makeup in the mirror. Tell yourself it's never gonna happen again.